Hello, and welcome to the Liber Novus stream, Chapter 5, Part 4, Best Laid Plans. This is an actual play stream using the Savage World system set in a home-brewed urban fantasy setting. Where all those traditional ghosts and goblins and angels and airwaves and demons and blah blah blahs survived and lived in the background as, normal human life proceeded. In this universe, there is an organization known as the 1001. They're sort of agents that go around, and they're troubleshooters and discoverers, and back in the day before people thought better of it, tomb robbers and what have you. But they're led by the enigmatic Morrison Lemire, who has their mission, has given them the mission to keep the story going. And let's take a minute now to introduce ourselves, starting with the person who just chewed some food. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
I would have done that. No. Starting with the person directly to my digital left, Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee. I will be playing Victor Price, a former scientist, turned himself into a glass golem because, he got burned too much, so he thought, well, let's build a body that's less averse to burning.
I love that. I love being less averse to burning. So
burning and hunger and everything else.
Burning and hunger
Yep.
and everything else. Directly above Renee is
Think.
Yes, you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jorien Hattink. I will be playing Tuskin the Bruised, who is a demon that escaped hell. And if you want to see what they look like, look in our Discord, link pinned in the chat. Tuskin is called the Bruised because their entire skin is all shades of purple and blue. And yeah, they are usually the muscle of the group and not really the thinker.
No, but they're also the.
No, but now
healer.
he also looks like he's also partially made of milk. Remember?
He's also partially made of milk.
So basically, you are Karlach before it was cool.
I haven't got to that part of Baldur's Gate yet.
You've not. Wow. We'll have words.
I've not gotten past Act 1.
She is
You've
in Act 1.
Met Karlach.
No, I've not met Karlach.
Okay, we will talk in the break. Anyway, no, Tuskin is more inspired by Nightcrawler, but just as Nightcrawler, Tuskin has a lot of scars marked in the skin, which are filled in with a milky white substance by an angel.
Well, ostensibly by yes. And then
You're my angel.
You're going to tell me that the love of my life is not an angel?
Shouldn't
How do you?
Yes, Mom. I mean,
angel? No.
Let's move on.
Yes, it's go ahead. And then last but not least, the unedible.
You almost called me fat.
Yep, fat.
The unedible. Excuse me.
Fat but not least comes.
Yes, I know I'm big, but you have to rub it in.
No.
Hi, my name is DJ. I'm playing David Sawyer, the lone, actual flesh bag human. To round out our cast, former war correspondent, photojournalist, now just a plain Jane photographer, who was visiting Baltimore when he got caught up in all of this nonsense. His eye's also a camera. So that's fun.
That's true. That happened. That happened recently.
Wink.
That happened very...
Click.
Such a plain Jane with a camera eye, but okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's still mostly human. Mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
All his organs, all the important parts, all the organ parts.
Yeah, all the important parts except for his other eye.
For a second I thought that you were going to say that all of his organs are now cameras.
That would be-
No,
that's
that would be
horrendous.
worse.
every time he farts.
That would be
just
so much
puts it-
worse. How would that even work?
you
Is
just
that
like
a
load.
camera in your pocket?
Yeah, you just load tape into your film into your mouth, like
You know,
you print out your butt.
that's how you reload the camera. That's how you reload the camera.
Oh, what? Pull this camera
You just-
out. Picture out. No.
But you want to develop all the film. You just like the party trick of like pulling a bunch of flags out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just like a one reel of film.
Run film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When last we left our characters, they had traveled through time because of the same angel. And
Back to the Future.
no one has watched
Or
Back to the
Back to
Future
the
yet.
Past.
Yeah, no one's been able to watch 1985 or it's the summer of 1985. Back to the Future has been released. Our characters have tried to go see it a couple of times and failed. And but a very important person to their future, a anthropomorphized and human level intelligence person, an otter named Reginald Snuffles, has been kidnapped, and they went looking for Reginald. After they were accosted by some thugs, and Victor took did a pretty good job dispatching. That's what I was looking for. And they have discovered that there is a warehouse where they are, where he may be being kept. But there are beings and creatures in this warehouse. So, let us pick up outside the warehouse.
Hey guys, they're here.
What are you gonna do?
Is this
Knowing-
like a?
Oh, go ahead.
Is this like a single story warehouse, like like one floor, or it's like
Two
two
floors.
floors?
2 floors.
Does it have a fire escape on the outside?
We established that, yes, there is a fire escape on the outside.
Okay.
There is a fire escape on the outside.
So knowing that there is a person on the inside with long bunny ears,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that Tuscan uncharacteristically tries to hide a little bit in the back of the group,
Okay.
which, just for funny reasons, means that this humongous demon, I think we said that Tuscan was Tuscan is 6'10",
Mm-hmm.
is trying to hide behind David.
Well, what's...
Oh, behind, yeah.
Yeah,
Behind
I
David,
mean,
behind
for
David,
Behind
comedy-
the
like-
glass golem is less, yeah.
David's
I think
like 6'6". She's like 6 feet straight.
yeah,
So like, it's kind of weird. David finds it. David is like, he just feels like the hands on his shoulders, and then the presence above him is like,
Yep. It's true. I think we...
you go in first. You go in first.
shouldn't you be the one doing that? Because you can punch harder than I can.
But it's a bunny.
So you can just punch it.
I don't have a good history with punching bunnies.
Fair enough. But I think before
might
we
be-
go in there, we should.
It might be a puka. I don't know.
What the hell is that gif even from? I think I think what we should do is just sort of recon the area. If there's like a fire escape on the outside, maybe there's a ladder that leads up to the roof, and like there's some skylights or something we could look in. I could take a couple of pictures. Who knows?
Sure. There is, in fact,
Sounds right.
There is, in fact, a fire escape that leads to a second-story door to the inside. It's one of those type of places where all the windows are on the second level. Like the first level is pretty. You can sort of see that the first level is probably 15, 17 feet high. They have these two big doors. There's a side door for people to come in normally, which we set up. But then there is, in fact, a fire escape to a second thing. And if I remember correctly, you got the fact that this is like a hangar type deal where there is the second. It's not a full second floor. It's one of those catwalk type deals with like a couple offices along the top, and but the middle of it is just open area. So, and there is, if you really look, there is one of those ladders that then goes up, like metal ladders that goes up onto the roof from one of the whatchamacallits. Fire escapes. There are in fact probably two. Now that I think about it, there's probably two fire escapes, one on each side for OSHA reasons.
Yeah, but is the ladder already down, or do we have to make noise to get to them?
If you want to spend if you want to spend a Benny, I'll let the ladder be down.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. So influence.
Well, who wants to spend a Benny then?
I will spend a Benny.
Oh.
Influence.
Or do you want to do it? No takers? Okay, I will do it.
All right, so you have spent a Benny. Yes, the ladders are down. Or, in fact, they're one of those things that can never go up. They're just like stairs that always go. And there's like a metal door, though, that
makes sense. Yeah.
That blocks
and
it
they're
off.
a little bit in a darker part, so it also is less conspicuous because there is a light that just happens to be turned off, broken in that area.
Perfect. Absolutely. For the Benny spent, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, for a Benny spent, I want a little more than just the staircase is down.
Yeah. No. For a Benny spent, I'll let you do it. In fact, for a Benny spent, I'll say that they are in particularly good shape. So that nice. You can tell just by looking at it that they will be able to support the weight of both you and Victor, because like 7 feet of glass is not unlight. Unlight? Heavy? I don't know.
Not light. It is heavy.
It is heavy.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother. But
I thought exactly.
So what's the move?
Yeah, David would like to try and sort of, since the windows are all on the second floor, he would like to try and at least like get up on the roof at least.
Okay.
And then like as quiet as he can, take a couple of pictures of the warehouse and sort of observe what the fuck's going on in there with like the people and all of that.
Okay, cool. Tuscan, Victor?
I think that Tuscan and maybe Victor as well will just stay on ground level because it's much easier to scamper up somewhere if you are alone.
Sure.
And not makes that much noise.
Yeah, David, give me a stealth roll, though. I am going to need a stealth roll.
Do I even have stealth?
You should at least have it at D4. I don't know if you've moved it
I do
up.
have it. I do have it at D4, yes.
Yeah, it's one of the skills that always starts off at D4. Or one of the skills you always get.
Very nice.
Benny!
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What did you
I got a 1 and a 2.
Oh, my God. 1 away from a crit fail. That would have been awesome.
I got a 1 and 2 again.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to spend another Benny. I'm going to use my card.
What's your card?
Ace.
Ooh.
So,
play instead of rolling to automatically concede a trait roll with a single raise.
Oh, so
nice.
Good. Yeah, man. So you played
Fuck
Ace.
that.
So you get it with a
So
raise.
my card's gone now.
In fact, so I will say with a raise, there's no even like. Not only do you get upstairs well, but the ladder itself is pretty. The ladder that you're on is well bolted in. It's well cared for. So there's like you don't even hear Victor and Tuscan. You don't even hear like a screech or a creak. It's all really silent and good. And David, when you get to the top, you do notice that there is a skylight putting light in, it's pretty grimy and stuff, but you could probably wipe it off. It's one of those like stereotypical skylights that we always see in movies. That's like a cone, right? And there's probably like an
And then like the
opening.
the windows that go up like this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. They go up like DeLoreans. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
So I think David just like like long sleeve jacket, just kind of like picks up his camera, sees the windows kind of grimy, he's like, just like like pulls the sleeve up over his hand, just enough that he can see through, and then
Okay.
take pictures.
all right, I want one more. So there are things you can see, but if you want to
You want me to
give
have
me
a
a
search?
notice check,
Oh,
I'll
notice.
let you know
Hell yeah,
what
brother. I will make
exactly
that
he
notice
gets.
roll.
like if there's anything extra.
I got a 7.
Okay, so with a 7, you notice that this place hasn't. You can tell pretty apparently, or obviously, that this place hasn't been used as an actual facility to care for boats or cargo or heavy machinery in a while. While the most of the crates and whatnot, they've been like pushed to the side, so there's just this big empty space just like right down the middle, and you don't see anyone along the catwalks that kind of line the side of it, that rim the side of the second floor. And directly to the bottom, at the bottom, like right below you, you see Reginald Snuffles. At least you're assuming, tied to a chair, just sitting there, kind of spotlit. And I'm going to actually need you to give me a fear check, which is a spirit roll, as you see what is obviously the puka, just like standing next to him, leaning on him, and you don't see any other people for a minute, and then one person, and I'm using the word person lightly, this thing is probably, if it was a person, it is not a person anymore. It's probably based on the shadow it casts, easily as tall as Tuscan and Victor. But I've always imagined that Tuscan and Victor, while tall, are not particularly broad. I don't know if that's true.
A little bit. It's not bodybuilder broad,
Right.
but I mean muscly, yes.
Yeah.
but more like a
How do I roll
healthy
fear
amount of
again?
muscle.
Sure.
What's the thing that I roll fear with again? Is it spirit?
Spirit.
Is it just raw spirit?
It's
Yeah.
spirit and your
Spirit.
wild die.
Which is still decent.
Yeah.
Betty.
Oh
Dice-
god.
the dice hate me today.
Yeah, they do.
Take different
That's-
dice.
I'll take that. I'll take the 4.
All right, so you passed. Good on you. So you managed to like not let out a peep or a cheep, as the thing is,
Or P.
yeah, or
Because
pee.
David's kind of old.
But these things are built as tall, easily as tall as Tuscan and David, maybe taller, and they do have that bodybuilding look. But it's like a
That is not good.
bodybuilder who didn't really know what they were doing, so they were just like, the muscle isn't even, right? It's like they've got like one muscle on the neck is all just like giant, and the other one's a little gross, and then they've got like 2 huge forearms, but the biceps. So it's not a natural. It's like
one
it's
big
like,
arm, one small arm.
yeah, it's like the it's like the body swolled up, but not at the right level. It's not a natural growth.
It's like you took an inflatable doll and blew it up unevenly.
Yeah, exactly.
Unevenly swole.
Unevenly
is great
swole.
bed name.
Yep. That's my first that's my first album as a rapper, as my underground rapper, is Unevenly Swole. I'm a self-deprecating 42-year-old rapper, and Unevenly Swole is my first album.
Amazing.
The end. All right. What are you gonna do, David?
Well, he is firstly gonna.
Mm-hmm.
What
Just
does the
take a-
camera see?
I don't know.
No, I mean he's not using the magic lens. He's just gonna
You
just
can
take a
you can
regular
use your eyeball.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah,
got
but how
Use
are
the
you gonna people-
eyeball.
you got to.
Wait, did we establish that pictures taken with David's camera eyes show up on his camera?
We did not, but I have no reason not to say yes to that. Like
He's
that's
like he's
fine.
got a Wi-Fi connection to his camera.
Yeah, it's all Bluetooth.
It runs off of NFC. It's fine.
But what's the purpose of being the sneaky sneak if you're not going to cast some of your like, I don't know, what do you got?
My-
Detect. I know you got detect.
I've only got confusion and detect / conceal arcana. That's it.
Well, there you go.
Okay, yeah, sure. I suppose then that David will. I'm gonna have to roll smarts first of all to see if I can even fucking cast this.
Not smarts.
Uh,
Your wild. No, it's your wild science, whatever that skill is. Your arcane background skill.
Oh, my weird science. Weird science.
Yeah,
Right,
weird
right.
science. Hmm.
Oh Jesus Christ! I dropped it. I mean, it doesn't really matter
So
what I
speaking
rolled on a
of
D4 because I
80s
got a
movies,
5.
by the way.
Say what?
I got a 5.
Okay.
5.
All
And
right.
then
Well,
Renee
you
said,
cast
speaking
it.
of 80s movies.
Okay.
So that's 2 power points off. So now and this is the camera eye stuff. So he sort of like shuts. He just basically winks, and then there's this like it feels very weird to him because he's never really used the camera eye like this before. Always used the camera,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like the lens just sort of opens up, focuses on whatever it is he's looking at, which is the Puka, Reginald Snuffles, and the person, and then just takes it's like he blinks and it takes a picture, and he'll see all of the magic that is there.
And so what it appears to you is that they look sort of like outlines, like the what a like an unprocessed film exposure would look like. You just sort of see them glow in that sepia tone, and you see the outlines. You see them through the ceiling. You don't know what else is there, but you see that there are 2 more of these big, blocky things moving
Oh, well, that's
around.
fun.
And but that's it. But you do get a lot more energy, like the brightness on the puka, because you cast it on the puka last time, is a lot brighter. There is a suggestion that there is a lot more energy coming off of him this time.
Is it the same as the Puka that we saw in the present?
I don't know. You haven't gotten down there. You haven't gone.
I mean,
in.
I did take a picture of the Puka.
Yeah, but
in
you're
the
from an
present.
entirely different. You're like 30 feet up, looking down. I mean, to your untrained
fair enough,
eye,
fair enough.
maybe.
Yeah,
probably.
David doesn't know. He'll have to get down there and take a picture of the bunny to go and properly confirm it's the same one. So
Yeah. So
I think David's gonna do that. He'll be satisfied. He sort of like doesn't really know how it works, but he has this. He's just like click, then sort of looks at his camera. Huh? So it's there now.
yeah.
He's sort of like, okay, and then he's goes back down the ladder and just sort of like waves to Tuscan and to Victor. And then he sort of goes back. He goes back down, meets up with them, and he says, and he shows them the picture, and he
Mhm.
says, "So I don't want to alarm anybody, but there's a puka down there, and also there's 3 really big, really gross-looking dudes, like sort of hanging out on the warehouse floor, and also Reginald Stoffels is there. So if whatever it is we're gonna do, we're gonna have to either muscle our way past them or like figure something out, because I don't know about you, but he kind of like pokes at his own arms. I'm not exactly the punchy type.
Tuscan does look at the bicep, and yeah, I mean, we have a gym for a reason, but I mean, I have a mean punch, but Abuka. So see, I told you there would be bunnies.
But
Yeah,
you punched the
but-
puka in the present.
No.
Tuscan, you punched it.
I'm very curious because where we came from, the Puka had a grudge against you. does it already have this grudge against you?
The thing is, I don't even know if it's the same. We don't even know if it's the same one, right? Like,
Maybe
I
it's
mean, I took a
the
picture of it, but it
family.
might be a different one.
I don't
Maybe
trust
this is
Pukas
where
to
the grudge
be.
comes from.
Well, pretty sure it doesn't. But I don't know. Pukas don't have a hive mind.
Well, I mean, this might be a different one for all you know. It might not even be the one that's mad at you. So
Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean,
Maybe not.
you know that the reason the puka hates you is because when you were summoned to Earth, like,
Yeah.
you killed his family. Sort
Yep.
of.
Exactly. I'm trying to remember whether we have established at some point how long ago that was.
It is earlier than this.
Yeah. So okay.
I think
Okay.
you have been on this planet, what we talked about, from like the
Yeah.
mid for about 60 years now.
Something
Oh,
like that.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so you pop up in like the mid 60s. Like, we never actually like went over the empire, like Tuscan's entire history, but there was a time where
Nope.
we briefly talked about where Tuscan was like living in the Pacific Northwest or something. I think we like joked about that maybe
Yeah.
during this time. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. At least I can. I guess do the thing that the therapist always says: deal with your anxiety in a healthy way by punching things.
I
Are
think
those
therapists
the
do
words
that.
that he uses?
Really, he says find a more productive outlet.
I don't think modern therapy involves punching. You know what? I think just for this
Roll with it.
instance,
Let's roll with it.
it makes sense. Let's roll with it. Yeah.
Tuscan's therapist is just like, I see him like as a giant ogre with like little glasses now, with like a book that's like, all right, so
It's basically Beast, but then in
yes,
an ogre form.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
His hand is like this big, and the book's like that.
Yeah,
big.
exactly. According
He's
to
holding it like this.
Abraham Maslow and your hierarchy of needs, in order to self-actualize, you have to feel safe. And I would assume that safe.
Tuscan is nodding there because those are a lot of big words.
Yes, sure, big man. Use the big words. Use the big smart words real good. I understand completely.
So, anyway, but yeah,
Just
Tuscan's
in
just
one
like,
ear
I gotta
out there.
punch to become the best me that I can be. That's what you've learned.
Yes. Yeah, that's what he took away. That's what they took away.
So, all right. What's the plan, Stan? Are you just gonna kick open the door? Are you sneaking in? Are you?
Can we? I think honestly, out of character, it would be good to potentially try and get the drop on them.
Mm-hmm.
And overhear a little bit of what they're saying. So sneaking up to the second floor and going in.
Yes, and literally dropping on them.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's-
learned from Baldur's Gate.
Everything comes back to BG3.
Everything is BG3. In 5 years, this will not be relevant.
But BG3 will be. BG3 is a way of life. BG3.
Hold on. When was the first Baldur's Gate game released? Way after current time.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
after current.
Yeah, 1998.
1998 was the first Baldur's Gate, and the
I
current and
was there.
the time right now is 1980 something, 1984.
85.
Five.
Thing to do. Okay.
Okay.
It's 1990
Highway.
something, but okay.
I love
Da,
1990s.
da, da,
Don't look down. Anyway, everyone's listening to Sub Radio. They're an independent band from Washington, D.C. They're awesome.
They're very cool.
I haven't decided if I'm going to buy tickets to their show at Howard Theater. Doesn't matter. All right. So I'm going to need another stealth roll. But not at a
From
mic-
all of us this
from
time.
all of you if you're going to go through the second floor. Yep.
Yep. Let's go there.
It's a good thing I rolled a d8
Okay.
on that.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Oh no.
but I explode on my d6.
Oh.
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Oh my god, I thought that was like, but I critically failed.
That's a 10.
You got 10? Great, no problem. You are
Now I will also spend the Benny.
Oh man. That's so
What are we rolling?
stealth. You're going back up.
Again?
You came back
Yeah.
down.
You went up, down, and now up
Oh yeah, that's
again.
right. I went back down. Whoops.
And a total of 9, so I get a raise.
Yep, you're perfect on that one. Let me give. What are these cats? They only have a D6. I can't even. Well, maybe I blow up. I do not.
I gotta do
You got it like a critical fail.
2. No, as in a 2 and a 1, so 2.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, okay, fine. I'll spend my Benny. Fucking.
That just means that we need to give very good role play in order to get Benny's back.
Yeah.
Okay, that was better. That's a 4.
Okay, so you all pass. Well, yeah, you all pass. Let me actually see what this guy's notice is.
It's I suppose like David by himself going up the ladder was fine, but now he's also got to occupy like the fire escape with 2 other very noisy people.
Yeah. So
Because Tuskin's very tall and very big, and Victor's very heavy.
Yeah.
And he's
so he's just gotta-
overcompensating because Tuscan is doing great.
mentally.
Yeah.
Well, no, not mentally, but I mean, I rolled a 10.
Yeah. So you all are actually okay going up these
Mhm.
stairs. You get to the door. It's unlocked. Luckily, I think this is probably the type of people who are like, well, no, I'm not going to tell you why. The door is just unlocked. It's just unlocked. Yeah. I mean, I do think they're the type of people who don't care. They're pretty certain that
Yep.
if anyone's going to break in, they'll just eat him. Or that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
We call that unluckily.
yes. So the door is open. David, you did notice, I think you can see like height and stuff. You did notice that all the things when you were at least down there were on the ground floor, not walking around the catwalk. So you guys are in.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
What do we like? What can we overhear things from up here?
Yes. Yeah. It's a big
'Cause I-
echoey. It's a big echoey chamber.
Yeah, I imagine us sitting, crouched down behind a bit of, fencing, metal fencing on the edge of one of these catwalks.
Keeping it low. And you hear, it is hard not to hear the plotting of these 3 big dudes.
Substance. Oh.
Yeah. And they just there's always they're always bumping into things, and I need a fear roll from both of you, and you're at a -2, Tuscan, because as you lean over, it is definitely the same puka.
Yeah.
And
Fear is spirit, right?
Spirit and wild. You got a 2?
Yeah.
No, I did not roll yet.
Oh.
I got a 3, but I will Benny it and see if I can get a 6 on one of them. If not, then I will take the 5. -2 is 3.
I
did not
get
get a
a
6.
4.
I got a 3.
Okay, so you gotta. Let me see what happens when you fail a fear check. I should know. Time to look that up. I think there's just you roll on a chart.
Charts.
Charts. Everybody. Okay, here we go. I think I'm gonna have fear. There's a table.
Ha!
I love rolling on a fear table. Fear table.
Roll for the fear
Will you
table.
roll me a D20, please? Oh wait, Fear, cold
Yes.
resist. This room makes a fear checks when the first spot. The 6 carries a the fortune feels its consequences below, depending on it. I think you are feeling nauseous.
Don't get to roll.
No, the fear table is only when
Oh.
you like really. I mean, you're well. If listen, you don't want to roll on the table. Like,
But okay. I don't want to face the consequences of the table, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to roll on it.
You only roll if you critically fail. Like the table will.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Never mind. Never mind.
So, but for the remainder of this scene, or until we get, like a next emotional chart, you pay a terrifying trigger such as a monstrous creature or notable evil. Actually, for this, I will just take one off of your reason for now. If you ever hit 0, so you go from 4 reason to 3 reason. If you ever get to 0, then there are bigger things you need therapy and stuff.
Good thing I'm already there.
Bless
Sorry.
you.
So I go from 4
3.
reason to 3.
3 reason. Yep. Every time you fail, if you crit fail, I make.
But it says 5 out of 5, so it now goes to 4.
Yeah, it goes out to 4. Yes, because your reason is this. Yes, whatever your thing is. So
Yeah.
You're 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4 is the minimum. I forgot some people go up. All right, great. So
Yep.
it is definitely the same puka, but there are noticeable differences. One, they don't look much older, but this puka looks. They don't age, right? Fae don't really age. They tend to age, and if they do, it's gracefully. This puka he looks much older than the last time you tangled with him. His hair is longer. His ears are also longer. Like they grew sort of like a puka's. I imagine a puka's ears keep growing every few years, and so they're and they become heavier. So his ears are longer. They're back now. His face, which used to be so pretty, is scarred up. He's actually, one of his eyes is glassy and cataract, and he has a scar that runs directly from here, from the middle of his forehead to right above his mouth. He is the same puka. You know your enemy, and yet he seems so much older and more. Having been ridden harder. Nope. Having lived a harder life than when last you saw him. It is definitely the puka, and the puka again, older. Hello, Damon. Yeah, is just dancing around. Not dancing around, just sort of sitting there, and the young otter that will grow up in 40 years to be this very jaded, hungry business person, is I don't know what you're talking about, and the puka looks back and says, "Oh, I know you don't know what you're doing, and that's okay. I get it, but that doesn't mean you're not important to me. That's why I really need you to fucking eat something. 'Cause if you don't have your strength, you got nothing." And Reginald Snuffles how do I know you're not going to poison me? If I wanted you dead, I would have already skinned you. And even from where you all are, you can just hear the audible gulp that the bunny or that Reginald Snuffles makes.
Reggie.
So what's the plan, Stans? And then we'll take a short break. Because we're almost out.
Yeah,
Oh,
what is the
no.
plan? What?
What? What's the oh no for? What's
Yeah,
the oh
what
no
is
for?
the oh no for?
Oh no, never mind.
What is it?
Never mind.
Okay.
This was a few minutes ago. We're good.
Oh, okay.
What?
My Discord just
The oh no, we froze, or
No,
oh, well,
the
doesn't matter.
Discord just popped up on my phone with what the image that Renee put up. So that was a few.
Yeah, that image is still the reality for me.
Oh,
but
weird. But you're not.
I can
Fix
hear
it
you
over the
all.
break.
You can hear me.
And we can see you.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I see myself as well.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in the break, I will try to fix this.
Okay.
Yep.
So what's the plan?
Actually, I can help you fix that when in the
No,
break.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
it's as easy as
Just
restarting
wait
Discord.
for the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's the plan?
I mean, he said the Puka said he's waiting for the demon, and by the demon, I'm assuming it's Tuscan.
If you
So-
assume that and you look over to Tuskin, like his eyes are as big as saucers, clearly super scared out of their minds.
Yep.
It is that they froze up themselves. Otherwise, it would be just doing the hand thing of like the hand thing that girls do when they see the guy that they like,
Oh.
but then
oh my god, oh my god.
Scared.
Like I think David looks over at Tuscan and is like, "Wait, that's the same." Looks at Tuscan, looks at the Puka, looks at Tuscan again, looks at the Puka. Oh. Well,
Can I see?
we did well. I mean, we did well the last time we fought against this guy, but now he's got friends.
Also, he seemed more powerful.
Yeah, why is he older or in the past? If this is the same guy, why does he look like he's older now instead of younger?
They're
Okay.
Fae. They're Fae. They Fae. They can be anywhere at any time.
Can
don't
I make
know.
a weird suggestion? The
mean,
Puka
you can.
is waiting for us to show up. Would anything happen to Reginald if we decide to not show up?
Well, I mean, I think the thing that would happen if we don't show up is Reginald continues to sit there until until the Puka gets bored, which it won't, or Reginald starves. Because I really don't think this bunny thing is considering its Reginald's welfare at this point. So
No, fair. Victor tries to look for things in the environment that might help us in a fight.
Oh, there's so much stuff. There are those chains with hooks that like run along the tracks in the ceiling. There is a you can see kind of underneath one of the catwalks a forklift, not like one of the like industrial, but like a tiny forklift for moving things. There are a bunch of crates. If you're just like looking for a pipe or something to pick up and hit someone with, there's definitely one of those. There is.
Oh no, I'm looking for like those hooks could be interesting. Like, is there something on the ceiling that we can drop on them? Stuff like that. So
definitely.
Victor is pointing out like the hooks and the chains. And...
Yeah, this was an industrial garage for boats. So there's like a lot of things that you could like winches and pulleys and stuff. There is in fact like one of those what are they, like one of those like huge fire hoses that they have in some places, like like instead of a like a fire extinguisher, they have the hoses. They have like one of those.
Does Victor know about the connection, the bad connection that fairies have with iron? And are those chains made of iron? Or steel or whatever?
Yes.
I mean, the answer is probably yes. It is. They're probably iron chains.
Then Victor will point out the chains and ask Tuscan, because he's more knowledgeable on that subject, if the other three are fairies as well.
Oh, good question. I mean, I do have a history with the Fae. So,
Um, no. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. You would know, but they don't smack of Fae, especially neither like you didn't. Their energy levels. It's actually probably you would know this, and David, you picked it up when you did your scanning. Their energy levels are different. It's more like something, and it may be Fey-ish magic, but it may not be. Basically, like it was basically like some form of eldritch steroid,
Ugh.
like a magic like a like a magic growth hormone that
yeah.
that they've
Ugh.
been mainlining. Their testicles are probably so small, but they're like so meaty at this point. Um, like,
Great, amazing, good visual, great visual.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. They're
So
probably lactating as no.
Ball,
Don't
balls
do
the size of
steroids, kid.
grapes.
Yeah,
Don't do steroids.
Don't do steroids.
Yeah, no, they don't reek of Fae. They reek of weirdly human mixed with something else. Something bad. I want to do something cool and stupid.
yes.
I want to do the the very superhero movie thing
Yes.
of running. Like, I can imagine that one of the catwalks, like they have a couple openings where the cranes could come in
Mhm.
to hoist up furniture and stuff
Yeah.
for the offices. So run down, like, that's not going to be quiet anymore. It doesn't matter. Run down one of these catwalks, jump off onto one of these, one of the hooks, swing down, and hopefully knock out. Like, the goal is to either knock over one of the guys or knock over the puka with this huge iron hook
Okay.
Yes,
supported
that's
by
exactly what
Tuscan
I was
weight.
hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
Thanks for the setup.
And I love this
Yeah.
idea. I'll give you both a Benny back for the ballsiness
Yes.
of this idea, and I think we should do it after our break because
Yes,
that's when the
exactly.
shit is gonna happen. So,
Oh, yes.
everybody watching, please stick around because we're getting into fight mode, and we'll be right back.
Yes.
Yep.
Boop and. And we are back for fighting.
Saturday
fighting.
night's alright for fighting.
Are we kung fu fighting?
Alright, alright.
All right, my dudes. So the question here is,
Dun, dun, dun.
what now? Oh, you need to make me an athletics roll.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not doing the crazy plan. I'm not doing the crazy plan. Fucking.
So you're gonna sneak down the indoor
Tuscan
inside.
Tuscan and Victor are the one that are going hog wild, and I think David's gonna stay up on the second deck to support them. I suppose.
I mean, Tuscan does have the descriptor impulsive,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it makes sense for them to do this.
it does. I fully support you playing into your character.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so with a 7, I think with a 7 you land, but you don't hit him because you really need that. You would probably really need that raise. to do actual damage. But you don't hurt yourself. And are you trying to like three? So tell me what it looks like, and we'll go. You know what I'm so.
So first there is a lot of clanging of feet on the metal catwalk,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of these the three half humans and the puka as well as Reginald, they look up and they just see this flurry of purple skin and horns in a black outfit spiral down
Mm-hmm.
on the top of a winch. And land basically right in front of them, a little bit in a mixture of a superhero pose, but then with two hands up, claws out, fully ready to be like to be imposing, to be intimidating, to be like, okay, what do you want? I'm here.
And do you have the
Come at me.
Do you have the chain with you?
I mean, what the chain that I just
Yes.
that we had upstairs,
Yeah,
or the
like-
chain that I just came down from?
Down from. I didn't know if you wanted to.
I
like,
guess it's like you are basically what Tuskin did is force this winch down.
Mm-hmm.
So that thing is broken. It just now is laying on the
Right.
floor, partially hanging from the ceiling. Yeah.
That makes
But I
sense.
think it's one of the things actually that saves Tuskin from this fall is a mechanical brake
Mm-hmm.
that
Mhm.
should technically make sure that this winch stays up if it's not actively in motion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. So yeah, you land, your boots just like gah on the ground, dust billows up. There's this like sound of the chain kind of like some of the excess chain like landing on the ground behind you. You have like I think
Yeah.
you have it one of it in your hand. And he goes, "Oh, well now, that was quite an entrance." And
Cute.
And I think with that, Victor will try to make the same sort of entrance.
oh no, okay, do it.
Oh, yes.
So,
He just lands and he shatters like fuck. Whoops.
No. I got
Chest
that raised.
first.
I got an 8.
oh, nice. So, I will let you, if you want to, make a fighting attack at -2 because you're swinging in. But I will let it do a. I will also impact their like roll. So, go ahead and give me a roll. A fighting at -2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will try to use a Benny for that. And one more because it's too cool not to try it. Yes, that's exploded. So that's a 7.
All right, a 7. All right, let's see.
And I have 1 Benny left.
Let's see what that sets up to do. What is his? So he put him at a thing too. His parry is all right. So you beat it. Now you got to roll damage. So it's a D6 plus strength.
Yeah.
So you landed it. And
yeah.
so now you got to roll damage.
Yeah. It's a strength and your bonus die, but I got confused because you said the D6 first.
Yeah, sorry. It's strength plus D6 here.
Did I get a bonus on my damage?
Not on this one.
Okay. Then I will use my last Benny.
Okay. Ooh,
So that's a 13.
a 13? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to use a Benny to try to soak some of that damage.
You're quite right to do so.
Because I don't want that to be that way. So let me just figure out what his thing is. Okay.
Cinematography wise, can it just be that Tuskin's jump distracts them
Yeah, I mean that's
and that
what-
they are taken by surprise by this glass golem
In-
also swinging in?
Yeah, in my mind, that's exactly what happens. You're just like comes in, and then you're like blah blah, and then yeah.
Heh.
So, he soaks one, and then there's okay, great. So that's a 7. That means it was 1 plus. Okay, great. Yeah. No, this is what happens. You he comes swing at you. So yeah, you land, right? And he's like, "What?" And you were like, "What?" And he goes, "Well, that was a mighty fine ant." And then Victor comes, just as he's about to say, like, entrance, like, that was an impress. Like, Victor comes swinging and just, like, boots him in the face like a big glass wrecking ball. And the interesting thing here is, remember, he is Fey, so he doesn't take as much damage from things that are not his bane. But at the same time, like he doesn't control physics, and you're so heavy, and you're swinging down. It's like, just because you can't like be hit by it doesn't mean that you're not going to be moved by it. And so, Victor, you come in and it's just like as like a chandelier on a like from the sky, like a 300-pound like glass wrecking ball, and you just send him sprawling, ass over tea kettle, into the and you land, and then you land and you swing down, and he is on the ground. You have successfully like knocked his ass over. And I think at this point we have to draw for initiative.
Yes, but first I will say that's before initiative. No, that's an entrance.
That's an entrance.
Now,
all right. So Victor, you have a jack. Tuscan, you have a 4. Sorry. If you ever want to spend a Benny to get a better draw, you can. Oh, David, you have a 2. You're the last, and you're up there. All right. The Puka has an 8, and the monsters also have a 4. And it's reverse. It's reverse alphabetical. So David, so it's going to go Victor, Puka, monsters, Victor, or Tuscan, David. So
okay, before we start, I want to play my card.
Okay.
Do I need to wait for my own turn?
No.
Awesome. Because I pulled the last stand. Your hero and all allies within 5 feet, 10 yards, gain +2 parry and toughness until the next Joker is dealt.
Wow.
The only question I have, because I don't know feat too well, is David within that bubble?
Not even close. David,
So I need to wait for David to come down.
Well, David,
or I can just.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment,
or I can just say that it's just for Victor and me.
Yeah,
because we are in active.
I think.
Yeah, we are in melee.
So what do I get pluses on?
You get a +2 on parry and toughness.
Parry. Oh, yeah.
So my parry goes to 6, and my toughness goes to 9.
Damn, that's gonna make this harder.
Yeah, and that's good because the guy is stronger.
Yeah,
you made him stronger.
Yeah, and you have monsters that are about to come, and these monsters.
Yeah, my parry goes to 5, and my toughness, with all my equipment, goes to 14.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to wound you. Yeah, and David, you're just upstairs. Actually, let me write this down. So
and David is just David.
Tuscan, you said you have a what parry? What parry?
A parry of 6 and a toughness of 9.
Toughness.
You need mine as well.
I mean, sure, David, go ahead. What?
I mean, my parry is a 4. My toughness is a 5. Surprisingly.
Your toughness is 5, and your toughness is a 14, and your parry. What is your parry? Is a 5? Is that what you said, Victor?
My parry is 5. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so, yeah. So let's take a minute. So David is up like probably 20 feet up above you on this catwalk, sort of like looking down. David, you were just you were impressed that your friends pulled this off. There are you see
David is probably sees Tuscan go over the edge first, followed shortly after by Victor. Kind of peers over the edge, sees how far it is to the ground, just goes, "Nope," and I'm staying up here.
Maybe the
Rightfully
two
so, by the way.
Yeah, you two
Because
like
David is not a demon, nor is he a glass human. He's just man.
yeah, that would be like
If he jumps down there, he's gonna be like, "Yeah!" He goes,
yeah, that would be such a cinema. Like I think at this point, like if this was actually like a film, like the camera would be looking up at you and you'd be like, no, I'll take the stairs. And what I'll say is you see two direct. You see the puka who's like on his ass, and then you see two of the monsters, like that were just out of eyesight. But you don't know where the third one is right now. And that is the two are turning and they're going to start, and you can see that they are headed towards you. All right, Victor, it's your turn. You've got Bucky Snuffles pretty much in arm's reach. The way you land, the two of you landed. Reginald, sorry, you have Reginald Snuffles in arm's reach.
If only it were Bucky. This one, you just save him, and the campaign would just sort of like collapse to the singularity of like
gets all timey-wimey. So what's the move?
Can we say that the thing that gives us all of this extra power is just the most anime evil grin that Tuscan can muster, followed by a heh?
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's so inspiring.
Yeah, like both of these moves were so cool. I feel like, that you guys are like back to back, getting ready to fight, surrounded by dudes. And I like the idea of like this being the card being like the last stand. Like, this is the stand you're taking. You guys got swolled up, unevenly swolled. No, you all are evenly swolled.
We are evenly swole.
Yes.
I cannot deal with us being unevenly
No, you're all evenly swolled. All right, so
Thanks.
What's the plan, Victor?
Well, what's the nearest dude?
The nearest dude is probably the puka on his like back, but there are two other creatures. One is probably 30 feet away. The other one's probably 60 to 70 feet away, because this is a big building.
Yeah.
They were they're not in immediately like arm's reach. They're going to come towards you.
Well, that means I will grab a bang stick and try to apply it to the puka.
Oh, okay. All right. So you just grab your alligator killing stick, which has a shotgun pellet at the end of it. It's used to blast open. All right, give it a shot.
Yeah. So that's a fighting roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Fighting roll.
That's a 5.
A 5. You don't. Oh wait, a 5. Wrong thing. I don't think you beat his parry, although he's on the ground, so he's probably at a -2 to things. Yep. So at the -2, yes, you managed to land on him, not a raise, but just pow.
And if I remember correctly, it's 3d6 that I need to roll, but I'm not sure. So if your memory backs up mine, I'm okay with doing that. Otherwise, I will look it up.
I can look it up real quick because I have it open right here.
Oh.
Bang stick. It's 3d6. 3d6.
Oh. That's a total of a 10.
10. So that's there. So you you blast him in the back. You aren't sure what but he seems to and there's you hit him. Blam. But you're not sure what it does. Because you do hit him, but the I'm going to, but you don't beat his toughness. So I believe he's just shaken, and I will spend a Benny to undo that. And he sort of does a kick up, he's on the ground. He does one of these things where he just pops up.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh well, I'm getting too old for that, aren't I?" And he looks down at the hole that you blasted into his clothes, and you ruined my favorite shirt. It's one of those billowy linen shirts. And he's just we can't have that, can we? And he is going to make a roll. His roll is a ba-ba-ba. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that blew up. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That is
Uh-oh.
well, actually, it's not damage, so it doesn't matter. It just
No, it sounds like it will beat my parry.
No, because he's blasting you with a spell. But the thing about it is when you blow up for casting a spell like that, like blast, you only get, it just gives you an extra damage die no matter how many raises. Yeah. So, which is good, because if it had been damage, you would have had 22 coming at you. But as a result, he only gets an extra d6.
Yeah.
So that is. So what's your toughness again?
My toughness is now with a +2, it's 14.
So 6, 9, 11, 12, 15. So I actually do beat your toughness by 1. So he got 15 on that.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'm curious, what kind of damage is it?
It is not concussive damage, so you don't get. So it's not like more damage. You know when I'm coming at you, it's not. It's just like a. It's more like just like a bat Hold on, I'm looking up just one thing real quick. It's just like flat energy hitting you, so it doesn't tie into your whatchamacallit. It doesn't tie into your weakness that you have.
Yeah.
So he shoots you. Just trying to see what happens. 91. So I don't actually do damage to you because I just went above your toughness. So you're just shaken.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because you need to beat it by 4, right?
Raise. Yep. By a full raise. So your character is shaken.
Shaken.
Which means.
What does that entail?
So characters that are shaken on the beginning of your next turn, you have to make a vigor roll to unshake. And if you land it, you can do something, and if you can't, you can only do free actions.
Only okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yep. And the monsters come charging over, and the closer one is actually going to take a swing at Tuscan, and the other one won't be here until next turn. And so that's a D8 fighting on Tuscan. Oh, I just turned it away. So I beat your parry because he's big. Because he rolled a 7. But I didn't beat your new toughness. I would have hit your old toughness. So what does it look like when this... I mean, he's easily as tall as you are. And he's got this big, meaty fist. In fact, the character that I'm... like the template I'm basing them off of, the attribute is titled Massive Fist. So, like, it's a mass... It's like the fist is as big as your torso. And it is just coming just right at your face.
I'm gonna stay within anime within anime descriptions. So just there you see the camera zooms in on this fist, sees the speed and force that's behind it, and it's just blocked by a single claw.
Bam! Just hand palms it. Bam! Great. David, you hear very large footsteps coming up the stairs that are attached to you. And now it's Tuscan's turn.
David, run. So I wanted to go after the puka, but now I have a fist in my hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
So you could throw the fist at the puka, right?
No, I can throw the fist back into the face of the owner.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do that with Smite, if possible.
Ooh, Smite.
What? Yeah, that is one of the powers that I have due to being magical.
Yeah. Smite increases your weapon's damage by
which are my fists.
Which are your fists, or your punchy things.
My hands.
All right, so go ahead and roll your arcane background.
Which is faith.
All right, roll faith. If you get a D4, it's great. If you get a 4, your smite goes off. If you get an 8, it is +4 as opposed to +2.
Probably not, because
you never know. You could explode your D6.
6, so I explode. A 10.
All right, so your fists now get a +4 damage to things. What does that look like? What does it look like when
they start glow? Like the sigils in the skin, they start glowing.
Yeah, your whole.
I feel like you bump your fists together and they.
But I can because I have. It's just a focus thing. It's a focus thing.
You do the Henry Cavill Mission Impossible Fallout, the action of.
Yeah, like.
I can't though because I have this fist in my claw, but I wish I could do the reload my fist because it's super cool.
I mean, I think you get one of those those shots where like in anime where you where the head is down and then they look up and you see the eyes like bam, what, right? You know what I'm saying?
Full focus.
Focus. Maybe all the
5 layers of eyeliner extra.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that's your turn. David, what are you going to do?
So Tuscan just charges their fist. That's a turn.
That's a turn. Activating your power.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
So technically, if Tuscan wanted to, Tuscan could swing. That's called a multi-action, but it would be at a -2 if you wanted to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Although these.
But I have a good fighting though.
Okay, yeah.
Let's try it at least, because otherwise we will never know.
So you're going to multi-action.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Renee. Thanks.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about multi-action. Yeah, so, yeah.
So I roll at a -2, right?
You roll at a -2, yep.
Come on, fighting. That's a 3.
Okay.
So just barely miss.
Yeah. They're parried. Yeah, you're under their parry. You do have a penny.
Because it's not against 4, but it's against their parry value.
Yes.
Against their parry value.
Which might be 4, but...
Which might be 4, and it's just underneath their parry. Ben, you're a horrible influence, but I will
Benny
spend the penny.
bully. Benny bully.
It does not change the result.
Oh, boo. Sorry. All right, David, what do you do?
So I hear the big thing coming up the stairs,
Yep.
right?
Yep. You can see like its head cresting.
Oh, I can see its head. Confusion.
I can see its head. Fair enough. All right, give me a D4 or roll your roll your.
It's
wild
my weird science.
Yep, roll me your weird.
Let
science.
it fall. Let it fall.
It hurt itself in confusion. I see a 3.
Oh, Ben's not even looking at the screen.
Sorry,
I got a
3. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Sorry, I was just
Signing
looking.
these two to dice jail.
All right. Yep. It goes off. You just shoot out into space. All right.
It's probably got like a deformed piece of flesh that's like covering one eye or something,
Yeah.
so like the camera flash doesn't fully affect it.
Yep.
But oh well.
Oh,
I can still move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think Tuscan and Victor can handle themselves.
Oh no.
And so David's gonna go back towards the door that leads into the second floor of the warehouse.
So it's not
And
that
just
far.
he's basically just sort of like backpedal and like stay near the door. If he can't fight the big thing, he can at least remove it from the equation
Fair enough.
Yeah.
by running away.
All right. Here we go again. So yeah, you hide back a little bit. Here we go.
I think David's been if David was standing at the edge of like the
platform.
balcony where they jumped off of, he has now moved to the back door.
All
Like he's
right.
standing in the door now.
All right.
Is the
Just
jack
waiting.
for me again?
Yep, the jack is for Renee. You got a jack. What is that? The king is for
King.
Tuscan.
Nice.
The 6 is for David. Oh, David. The 3 is for the Puka. Come on, man.
Yes, go ahead.
But the monsters get an 8.
But that's fine.
Well, maybe not for David. Sorry. All right,
yeah, fair
Tuscan.
enough. Sorry, David.
You have the monsters.
Yeah, this guy is still in my face.
Um,
And I have smite active.
Yep, and you say so. There, just so you know, there is something called wild attack, where if you make a wild attack, it gives you a +2 to hit them, but it leaves you vulnerable, which means on the next person's attack, you get a -2 to your parry. So I'm just letting you know that's a thing.
But I'm also a ruthless, impulsive outsider.
It's true.
It is very much in line with getting the plus. It's very much the barbarian approach of just
Yep.
Yep.
we fight fast and hard, and yes, that does include some risks. So I'm going to take the risks.
I'm still going to point out the Karlach before it was cool.
All right.
So that is a 8 to hit.
Wait, actually, I take it back. A wild attack adds +2 to the damage and to the attack.
So
it's
a plus. I have a plus. 4
6?
no +6
Yeah.
to my damage.
yeah.
But I rolled an 8 then, because I rolled 6 plus 2 is
Okay.
8.
Yeah.
It's 8. So you beat their parry.
Okay.
You beat their
Roll
parry.
damage.
So roll your damage with your punching.
Yeah.
Is
are those the same dice?
No,
Because I completely forgot.
So I think we decided that because of you have like brass knuckles. I think we said brass knuckles were D6 plus D6.
We said strength plus D4.
Oh, okay. So strength plus D4.
And my strength is a D8.
Okay, so
Yeah.
D8 plus D4.
Plus D4 plus 6.
Plus 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
Beat that toughness.
So I have a 7
More
plus
than 4.
6. A 7 plus 6
Is a 13.
is a 13 to hit.
Yep. So you hit the
The
13
damage,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah. So you do wind up and you place a very where do you punch him? Where do you punch him?
I have the one fist in my one claw, and then I just bash into him over and over and over again with the other one.
And yeah, you land that thing very, very solidly, and it just goes, and it like and it like stumbles back. It is shaken. It is not happy. And so that was your turn, Victor. You are up against the puka.
Yeah.
And coming from your right is the other creature. So
Okay, it's coming up towards me or towards David.
no, there were 3 of them. So one is fighting
Oh,
Tuscan,
okay, yeah.
one
yeah,
is
fair.
going to David, and one is
so-
coming to you.
I have a question.
Yeah. You're also
because
shaken.
the original plan with using the chains is also iron. So if I were to use a chain on the puka, would that just be a fighting roll?
That would be I think. Hold on. Let me see. Improv weapons. I think there is a. I think there's a. Where is Jackie when I need her? I weapons. I think it's at a minus because it is a improvisational weapon, but I'm gonna have to look. Paxton,
Yeah, because that will affect my decision.
Yeah. Paxton, do you remember? Weapons, just looking.
Improvised weapons.
Yeah.
It's a large weapon, I think.
Yeah.
Improvised weapons cause the wielder to suffer -1 fighting or throwing penalty,
There you go.
as well as a -1 to parry. The game master is the final judge of improvised weapons effectiveness, and then there is a graph or a table for small, medium, and large.
Yeah. So I would say this is an improvised weapon. But I will
agree.
say that so you'll be at a -1. But I will say that it will, because it's his bane, you won't be taking the normal -1 to damage or minus half damage, which you have been doing. So that is, but you're shaken. So you either have, so you have to spend a Benny.
Oh, I have to roll the
vigor
thingy first.
Yes.
Vigor.
Or you can spend a Benny to automatically unshake, but you should always do the
What
vigor.
Benny?
Oh, fair enough. There you go.
So that's vigor and also my extra die, right?
Yeah. You always roll a wild die. Always.
Yeah. So that's a 4.
All right. So you unshake, and you've got this chain.
So that's what happens.
Yep.
Last time did I hit with a 3 or 4?
Well, he was on the ground before, so I.
Yeah. I think I will just use another bang stick because I'm out of Benny's. I'm going for the cool play. So Victor will grab a chain.
Okay, great.
And so that's 8 minus 1 is 7.
All right, you hit his parry, so go ahead and give him another.
What's the damage of what damage do I roll for the chain?
Let's look at the chart.
Bearing in mind that it is his bane.
Yeah. With his bane, let's give it a D. Yeah, we'll give it a strength plus D8. That's what we'll give it.
Let me check what my strength is again. Ooh.
It's actually
So, and there you don't roll the bonus die, right?
no, not on that one.
Yeah. So that is a total of 8.
8. You shake him. You hit him across. You hit him hard on this one, and he,
I don't manage to land the hook into his flesh.
No, you don't manage to hang. But like he is nervous now. Like you see fear as that chain comes whipping around. You see the fear on his face, and he takes a step back. And you manage, like you may have gotten it. So instead of the hook hitting him, the back of the hook hits him, and he gets real uncomfortable. Like he takes a step back, and he's like, "Oof." So that's what I would say. Is he's like, he's stumbled by it. All right. It's the monster's turn. One of the monsters is.
I think I will try to throw some sort of one-liner at him as well.
Okay, sure. Give me a good one-liner.
Because if I recall correctly, I last time we met him, he was also endangering passengers, right?
Yep.
So this is the second time you're endangering innocents to get to someone. You might want to review your own morals.
And he looks at you and he says, "My soul is clean. I have no worries." And but he's like holding his side, so I'm gonna make a vigor roll for him to see if he unshakes because it's his turn now. His vigor is that. He undoes it, and now he is going to. He reaches to his side and he pulls out a big sword. He has a big old sword with him this time around. And he is going to attack you. His fighting is that. He beats your toughness, but not by much. Oh, wait, yeah, he beats your parry. All right, but not by a raise. And so that's a sword, and the sword does... Okay, all right. So he's going to try to hit your damage. He's going to be it, and he doesn't. So what does it look like when he just fails to meet your your toughness? Stupid.
I think because I still have the chains swirling a bit, he just comes in with the sword, and a bit of a lucky strike, but I just clang the sword aside.
Yep, off the chain. All right, David, it's
your
turn.
And then I will tell him that I wasn't aware that fairies had souls.
Exactly, that is what I was thinking.
Fairies have souls? Well,
I don't know. Is the big thing in view of me still?
Yeah, still in view of you. It's coming up. Like you can see its little shadow.
Confusion.
And by little shadow, I mean giant hulking ass shadow.
Giant shadow. Yeah. 4. Okay, fine.
All right, so you get off a confusion.
Yep. I use
right.
my power points by another 1. It is now distracted and vulnerable till the end of its turn.
Well, I get to make
Good.
I make a little roll.
Good.
Well, no, I get a confounds confusion. Yep. All right. So give me a little bit. What does it look like?
As the big bulky thing is just sort of coming up. I suppose like his previous attempt like trying to blind it with his camera flash didn't work because he's trying to like he overestimated the amount of time it would take the hulking monster to come up, so he fucking popped his chair a bit too early. And now he's like, oh fuck, runs away to the door, sits there waiting, and then as the monster sort of like fully goes up from the stairs onto the landing itself, he's like, smile, click. bright ass camera flash.
Bright
Anyone
ass.
who's ever ate a camera flash to the face before, yeah, you know how that feels.
All right. Well, so let's see how. So at this point, each one of you has a big guy coming down on you.
Big man.
Big man. One of
But
them.
wait, there's more.
But
Oh
wait.
no.
No,
I don't
no.
want there. I don't want there to
Oh,
be more.
No,
but
I don't
I-
want there to be
I
more.
meant that, like, I already have the Puka to contend with,
Yeah.
and then there's another guy coming.
Yeah,
That's the more part.
that is true. Yeah.
Okay. So, David, all right. So this one, which was for Tuscan, misses. Damn it.
Yay.
I rolled.
Well, he was flung back,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that makes sense.
So he missed, and he was shaken. So I had to like roll to get out of it. So he's unshooked. He is he swings. I think you still have his hand a little bit. He just can't hit you at all. At all. David, he hits you, but not at a raise. So let's see.
He's still distracted and vulnerable. Why is he still
He's
going
distracted. He rolled a -2. He rolled pretty well. So it gets a strength plus a D8, and its strength is, oh no, David.
Dave, no.
David's gonna get hit so bad. I'm really sorry.
Oh no.
Actually,
No, you rolled terrible.
Actually, I
You
rolled
rolled terrible.
terribly.
Good.
I'm gonna spend my last GM Benny because that was only
No.
Oh no.
No, Ben, what did you do?
No.
Don't kill him.
Oh no.
Our pet human.
Just remember, I'm also already wounded.
Why are you
Oh,
already,
fuck.
Why are you already wounded?
Because Marzipan smacked me in the face.
Oh
We
God!
will never
yes.
call him anything else
Yes.
than Marzipan.
But you brought that upon yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. did.
Yes, I know I deserved it, but I'm still wounded. That's the thing.
Okay. So,
This is a good end of the stream.
oh no.
So Ben, how do you want to do this?
Okay, David. Your toughness is a 5. The damage that I rolled was a 22. So 5, 9, that's one raise. 13 is another raise. So we're playing in the setting where you can't take more than 3 wounds at one time. Like that's one of the rules. So which is lucky, but you're taking 3 wounds. So you can roll to strain them down. You can spend a Benny if you have a Benny to roll vigor.
I don't have any bennies.
Okay, so you are knocked. This creature comes around and it
You said I could roll something.
well, if you have a Benny, you can roll the soak, but you don't have a Benny.
Oh,
And so this creature comes around and looks at you, and it just kicks you, just like pump kicks you right in the chest. You go flying back against the wall. Your head hits it. You're unconscious. You're not dead, but you are unconscious. Yeah, man, wound caps. And right as this, and then we're gonna roll to see what damage this creature does to you, Victor. It doesn't beat your toughness, and so we at the end of this turn, you all look around, and Victor and Tuscan, you've been feeling pretty good about yourselves. Like you're standing up, you're trading blows, and then both of you just hear this howl, and David, and you look from where you were, and David's unconscious form is like it's holding it above its head with like 2 hands on like the catwalk, and the puka, who was a little nervous and wounded, looks up and says, "I have your attention now. Perhaps we should stop for a minute." And that's where we're going to end.
No.
Um,
Okay.
So, yikes.
He's not dead
Fun.
yet.
He's not dead. He's not dead. He's just very,
He's not dead.
very
Just
unconscious,
very injured.
very unconscious and very hurt. Let's introduce ourselves and where we can find it. And we'll go from there. DJ, would you care to say who you are and where we can find you?
I mean, my name is DJ. You can find me DJ Atomica Plays on Twitch. DJ Atomica Plays on Twitter and Blue Sky, and also at Mats on Twitter, because I run the Apply Materials podcast over on Spotify.
You should listen to it. It's
We've
delightful.
just entered our second year of production of the show, and things are going well. I'm hoping I can finish season 4 writing season 4 by the end of this year. I hope.
Nice. Next up, we have Yoreen.
You can find. I've been playing Tuskin, the Bruised. It's my brainchild. If you want to know any of my other brainchilds or children, I invite you to listen to the Applied Materials podcast to see myself, but then without any form of empathy in the form of Sashi, or a child version who tends to be a little bit more towards Tuskin, to be quite honest. In my baby boy Tony technology over on Bolt Crew RPG, which is a variety show. Other than that, you can indeed find me on Blue Sky as well as on Twitter by either using my name that is displayed here, so Jorien Hattink, JORIENHATTINK, or look for Bemia and you will find me on most things.
There you go. And Victor.
Hi.
Or
I've been Renee. I have been Victor. I'm still Renee. And you can find me at Quarian_NL on Twitter and Blue Sky. And also on the Applied Materials podcast, where I'll be playing a very small telekinetic.
And I have been Ben Hatton. I remain Ben Hatton. Thank you for taking your time. Oh, you can find me mostly on the Discord. We have a Discord for this channel. It's lovely. It's full of nice people. We put up pictures, and Yoreen gives us lovely beginning of the day, end of the day, sort of like, I hope your day...
Day
like,
wishes.
Day wishes. I've been enjoying them immensely. Day wishes are good. You should make like one of them tearaway calendars. You know what they say? Where you're like, whoop.
Maybe one day, if we've collected them all next year.
Yeah, yep. The 365 day, like, hopefully you have your favorite food. Anyway. Yes, I'm Ben Hatton. You can find me there. I may move over to Blue Sky. I've been thinking about it. It's been like tantalized. But maybe not. And other than that, thanks for spending your Saturday morning with us. I really appreciate it. I know you guys could be doing anything else. The same thing with our players. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.